And we are live. Welcome to the stream. We are back again with yet another request a route or request a DLC live stream. Hello, Hayasmat, Marcus as well, if you're still in the chat. The music is a little bit weird. Yeah, it's not perfect. It loops. It's quite obvious, the loop. I'm thinking of changing it completely to like a timer. Like Train Sim World will be going on in the background, or whatever game I'll be live streaming, and then there'll be 5-minute timer or a 10-minute timer with some different music. Maybe the Train Sim World 4 soundtrack. We have that. So, but yeah, for now, I think when I got it first, when I first got it, it was just something new, basically. But I think it's time to advance it a little bit. But thank you anyway for being here so soon today. Usually I'll be by myself for a long time before anybody comes, so it's nice to have someone here earlier. Not yet. Hi Asma, not yet. So if you have anything that you'd like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, I will just play through my routes as per usual. Heads up, I am not feeling too well. Not since yesterday, unfortunately. So forgive me for the sniffles, for the sneezes, or anything else. Yeah. We'll try our best to minimize all of that. Could you do the Great Western Express? Of course I can. As a matter of fact, not only have I not been on the route for a while, but we actually do have some services to drive there, particularly from the new, well, I don't know how new it is anymore, but there was a freight pack released at some point. Yeah, so I think a lot of these scenarios are from Diesel Legends of Great Western, which was a very interesting DLC where they brought British rail trains from like the 80s and 70s, and just put them in the timetable, which not many people liked, but yeah, at some point I'll probably play through that. But we'll do these. So we've got two up here. So these are the freight ones with the class 66. And I guess we'll start with the first one. Seems pretty straightforward. 6 Victor 70. From Lindsay Oil Refinery to Cornbrook BAA Terminal. Complete the last portion of a service from Lindsay Oil Refinery to the BAA Terminal at Cornbrook, supplying Heathrow Airport. How cool would that be if we could go, if we had Heathrow Airport in the game? I think, to be honest, the Elizabeth line, which does go to Heathrow, I don't think it's too far out of the realms of possibility. I mean, we also have the Piccadilly line, which goes to Heathrow, but I don't think that's very likely. Unless maybe when the new trains come through, they might do something with that. Welcome aboard 6 Victor 70. Currently sat at Acton Yard in West London. That was where I was born and raised. Due to a delay en route, the current driver has maxed out something. Let me read it. Message log. Due to a delay en route, the current driver has maxed out their hours. Drive the final leg to the BEA terminal at Cornbrook. Let me get rid of the classic HUD. I only had that installed because I was making a video. So we'll change this back to minimal. And let's see, FOV, I think this it looks a bit pretty right. Oh, hello. It got someone to accompany me. If there was a particular train you wanted to see, Hayasma, let me know as well. Because I wouldn't want to do the route that you wanted and then not drive the train that you want to see. I feel like that wouldn't make much sense. Got a 125, I feel like. Oh yeah, there we go. A 125. A HST. Sorry, I was thinking of the speeds. I was thinking of the speed. They drive at 125 miles per hour. We've got a safety system here, I believe, somewhere. Is it one of these little ones? No, DSDs are normal. How is everything... Why is everything on? That's strange. That's not normally the case. Is that a new setting? There was an update. I don't know what the update was. Just before I went live, there was an update for Train Sim World. Now, safety systems are usually off. Let me just make sure. Yeah, DSD was on. And so, yeah. That's, it's good to see, but a surprise. And I wonder if that's intentional. Okay. Let's change our brake cutout to make sure they're in cut in. They are in cut in. We love to see it. And I think we're ready to go. No, I believe these this load, these tankers, I believe, are heavy, like really heavy. So it's going to be interesting to see how we fare with them. The train consists of 16 tanks weighing a total of 1,736 tons. You'll be traveling via the down relief line all the way. You're clear to depart. Thank you very much. Oh, I do like the blue on the brake pipe gauge. That's not something I've seen before. Definitely not. I only drove this yesterday as well. You can finish this scenario, but then could you drive the class 43? Yeah, of course I can. I think this is only, what, 20 minutes? So yeah, shouldn't be long. I don't want to stall this train. You're welcome, mate. How have you been, Hayasma? How are you doing, man? I haven't asked you that. Every time I go through a yellow now, even in the UK, I'm ready to acknowledge because of PZB. It's almost embedded in me now. I've become one with PZB. Trying to keep myself alive with this energy drink. I don't actually feel tired, just ill. I was very tired this morning. I got up at 8. I think I got up at 8 and I just got straight to editing. I got straight to it. Now I've got a reason. Before I used to, so I always set my alarm for 8 in the morning. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm happy to hear that, man. That's good. It's a blessing. So I always get up at 8 in the morning. Well, I always set my alarm for 8 in the morning. But I just cannot get up at 8 for the rest of for the life of me. But I said to myself, I'm gonna start like as soon as I get up, because I'm so short on time generally. As soon as I'm up, I'm gonna get to either recording, editing, something to do with content creation, basically. And that's actually been helping me in terms of motivation. It's been getting me out of bed. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm so tight on time. Gauge lights aren't very bright. We do have the dimmer though, and I can see that it's turned down. I mean, even 100%, these two I can pay. I know the sun's up and whatever, but Usually, even during the daytime, you'd be able to see your gauge lights when they're activated. So we've got her in notch 8 right now. I don't know why I'm seeing a yellow signal, because the only train that I saw go this way was the 43, and that's non-stop until Paddington. So unless there was a train ahead of that one, or just, you don't know. There shouldn't be. I shouldn't be in a situation, basically, unless I missed something. To be fair, the Elizabeth line really isn't like, it not only does it fit within Dovetail's sort of specification for a route, but like they've got a lot of it here. So it'll just be a matter really of building off this base for part of the route anyway. Then I don't know if LiDAR would, if that would interfere with LiDAR. We're not going to stop on time, boys. We are not stopping in time. I've got my brakes fully engaged. We are not stopping in time. This is a straight spad. I might just go into your chosen request. To be fair, there's a way to not spad once you go through danger. I think it's through God mode, but I just don't know how to activate it. But there is a way to not not have that happen, basically. Original release. I'm surprised nobody's made any changes to the to this timetable. I'm going to leave dynamic weather on and give it a chance, basically, because I've just been against it forever. Do you think that this route is better than the current Aachen route? What? What's going on here then? Why is this my... I assume this is a mod behind this, but I cannot say which one would do this. I don't think it would be JetWatch's graphic mod. I don't know if I have anything for textures. Well, yeah, this is interesting. I'll try another run and see if it's just that particular one, but I think that's a train thing. Yeah, anyway, do I think it's better than the current route? Not until the timetable gets an upgrade. Not until the timetable gets an upgrade. Let's do something a little later in the day. Give that a go. Yeah, if they touch on the timetable, then I think they'll be within a chance. To be fair, the timetable could be realistic for the time period. In which case, I would just have to say Cologne, the Cologne route. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know what this is. I encountered it once during my when I was recording my flybys. I'm just not sure what mod causes this. It could only be a mod. I don't think this is a dovetail bug. This is caused by a mod. So yeah, that's a shame. It would be nice if I could swap it out for like a. It wouldn't be realistic, but it would be nice if I could swap it out for a the Midland Mainline HST. In that case, I might still run the route just so we can see. We'll try this one again, so we can see. We'll see the HSTs go past. But for now, whatever that is, I need to. You know what? You know the issue is. Yeah, I've got about. I think I've got every single mod possible for Train Sim World 4. That's the issue. So if I'm gonna now meticulously go through them one by one to find out which one's causing that, boy. Because I don't think anything for like textures or graphics would be behind it. I mean, I feel like Jetwash does like enough to ensure that wouldn't be a thing. So I don't know what else it could be. I mean, a ton of them are for German trains. Stuff that's for German trains specifically, or US trains, I would rule out initially. So it'd have to be down to either general mods or something targeting UK trains. If anyone's got any idea, I would appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know for the life of me what that could be. So yeah, we've got to be extra careful. We've got to be extra careful now because yeah, these tanks are nothing to nothing to take too lightly. There's a saying in my head that's gone now. Yeah, no, it's all good, Hayasma. I'll have to I'll Google it or check on the forums. I'll ask on the forums. But yeah, these tanks are serious, so yeah, we're gonna have to take it a little easy. Give us enough distance before even the yellow, to be honest. Enough braking distance. It makes sense that it was the 166 ahead of us that ends up slowing us down. Also, I should probably release these brakes a little bit earlier. I hope everyone is watching on Twitch as well as YouTube, or you guys are all doing good. You're welcome to the stream. Feel free to send in any requests that you'd like. Hopefully we don't encounter any more of those weird texture bugs. I know the 33 on Western Somerset Railway has it. There were a few as I was going through my when I was recording my flyby videos. There was a couple on the diesel end of things. I recorded the electrics one today, and it's going out today as well. I think at 6 o'clock it goes out, and I didn't encounter any. So it seems to be possibly just a diesel train related issue, which would just confuse me even more at this point, to be honest, and would just make even less sense. Maybe I should just utilize the Steam method of hanging my head out the window. Kind of takes away from it all, though. The rate at which a code will just grab me by my neck is ridiculous. Like, it's not a sort of you know, usually you start off by feeling like a little bit groggy, a little bit off, a bit slow. No, for me, like I know the exact point at which it just arrested me yesterday. Completely fine. All of a sudden, I'm ridiculously hot in a temperature regulated environment, and then it was just downhill from there. Right, so I think we managed to get through 2 signals, if I'm not mistaken, and then it's a third one that catches us out. The potential this route had, and I guess possibly still has. The thing is, because it's such an early route in the TSW and the TSW iteration list, I do wonder, even if the editor was fully released, would we be able to do anything with it? That's where the what me and when I had a fever, a normal person would lay down, but me, you know, I would start running all over the place. I mean, the thing is, I've had a very busy day up to now. Like, I had about, since I got up, I've had about 20 minutes to eat. 20 minutes to eat, and the rest of my day has just been running around. Like, just simply doing the dishes, I thought I was gonna collapse. I felt like absolute hell. Oh yeah, gotta keep moving, innit? Gotta keep moving. I was like, under no circumstances am I gonna cancel this stream today, man. Like, even though it was part of the schedule, I had yesterday off. I say off, quote unquote, because yesterday I left home at like 10:30 in the morning and got back maybe like 13-14 hours later. But I was like, yeah, I didn't stream yesterday, I got to stream today, man. You know what I asked, Matt? Yeah, there was a time when I used to have that sort of level of, I guess just energy, when I used to have that much energy. Like I used to hate having something, or I used to hate feeling like something has power over me, or like it's overpowering me. So if I'd have like a pain, if I was like had a cold or whatever it would be, that's when I do the most. Because in my head it's like, you're not gonna win against me, basically. Which I'm still paying the price for these days. My back will testify, but we live and we learn. So I was driving the DRS liveried 66, and I don't know if it's just me or if there's been a touch up to the interior, because it just felt, maybe it was just a placebo because it was my first time driving it, but it felt like the interior had been at least touched up. It had the RHTT panel on the left, which is obviously, you know, a newer thing than this, basically. But no, it was even just the dash, the gauges, everything just looked fresh. And I wonder if anything's been done. I actually don't know for sure. I haven't heard of anything of the sort. Let's try and keep the power gauge in the green. Last thing I want to do is stall the 66. I don't even remember how to start it. You know what the thing is, yeah? The reason why I can get into either a locomotive or an an electric unit, sorry, and just sort of know what to do, is because you're sort of doing that repetitively. And I think the only reason why I try so hard not to stall certain trains, like the 66 for example, is because I wouldn't know the startup procedure. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, during the journey mode, there is in the introduction for the 66, I believe there's at one point a startup procedure, or at least a guide to start this train up, as there was for the locos on Sandpatch grade. Basically, it was a thing, and I feel like if cold start procedures were a regular thing, or at least how to go about them, at the end of the day, trains are only so different from each other, so you only need to know the basic concept of starting up an engine, and then you'd basically be able to start up all of them, more or less. Really, maybe it's just me, Hayasma, but I really feel like there was. I know there definitely was one for the journey mode on Sandpatch. There was a tutorial that included a cold start procedure. And I know that definitely has been more than one. It used to be a thing. It used to be a thing. And unfortunately not anymore, man. Just like manuals. Manuals were a thing. And they're kind of starting to phase them back in now, but I'm not really convinced. We'll see how long it lasts. One thing of Dovetail is that they never seem to stick to one thing. Like, my latest example is yesterday's roadmap. That format they had at the end with the Q&A. I'm not quite sure what that was. It didn't really seem like there was any structure to it. It was very strange, and it was new. And I don't know at what point this happened, but they stopped giving us codes. So whenever they'd say, we've got a British loco come in, we've got a British route come in, we've got an American, a German, whatever come in, there would be a route, and from the code, you'd be able to see, okay, this train is electric, or it's diesel, this is the year, and I think there was one more piece of information that it would give. Without really any word as to why, they just stopped doing that. I don't think anybody asked them to stop. I don't think anybody disliked it. But yeah, there always seems to be Dovetail always seems to be trialing things. Everything seems to be a trial. I just realized in TGV there's that cold start. See? It was a thing. And I'm pretty sure it does come up every now and again, but without a consistency and without a structure. It just seems to be very random. And it's one thing to thank you very much, Jesus B. Not sure how you pronounce it exactly. Please forgive me if I've mispronounced it, but thank you very much. But yeah, it would be nice if there was, for example, let's say route introductions. Dovetail heard us. Good, I'm happy. Thank you. Dovetail heard us when it came to route introductions, and that whole silliness of look up, look down, look left, look right. That blew my mind that that was ever a thing. First and foremost, walk to this objective marker, walk to that objective marker, put this route map in place. Like, that whole thing, yeah. The whole thing for me was just, what on earth? But they heard us. They saw what we saw. They took it away. Route introductions are now optional. Every route still comes with a route introduction, but before it would be automatic. The second you load up the route for the first time, like a new DLC, you'd get this whole thing about the route, its history, the stations, the trains that run on it, usually voiced by Matt. That's not optional. I respect that. But what about the things that we didn't complain about? Why did changes happen there? Like, I don't think it would be hard work to show us how to cold start a train. The procedure only takes a couple of minutes. Depending on the loco, you're pressing from 2 3 different buttons to maybe 5 or 6. Refueling, that used to be a thing. Obviously, I know we nowadays get a lot of electrical units, but refueling used to be a thing, like regular thing, especially on the US routes. But the last time I remember a refueling scenario was on West Cornwall local. Maybe there's been some since then. I wouldn't be surprised if the Blackpool route has them at some point. I haven't played through the scenarios, or at least all of the scenarios on that. Shouldn't the freight limit on this route be 80? Or even less? Anyway, maybe I'm... Yes! Hi, Matt. Refueling used to be a thing, man. You used to pull up to... on a particular track. You'd have to get off, you'd have to unscrew the... And not only was the whole thing like it was an actual thing that you do, like you take off the cap, pull the hose, put it in, start refueling. But you would see sometimes trains would have like a meter, like a gauge where you could see the fuel level, and you'd see it rise, like it was all simulated. Everything was there. No one ever complained about that. No one ever complained that they didn't want to do that, or they didn't want that in game, or they didn't want that as part of the a scenario, or what's it called, an introduction, a train, a loco introduction. But it's gone. An Antelope Valley line it is, but I don't think it's working. I wouldn't be surprised if it's there but not working. I haven't, like, realistically, unless you're role-playing a particular scenario. I should probably slow down a lot more than I am now. I don't want to take any risks. I think we're basically ending at West Drayton, yeah. We are fast approaching the signal and slowly slowing down. Like, we've got just under a mile to the signal, but we're in a heavy freight train. We aren't slowing down. We are not slowing down. Let me apply the loco brake as well. We need to put all the anchors down for this one. But yeah, like I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if like the fuel station is there, but it's just something that doesn't work. That would suck though. I'll say that much. Like, it's not something I would go out of my way to use, if not in a scenario or as part of a run. But I still wouldn't be happy if, you know, it's taken away. We're gonna spad again, and I don't know what to do about it. How do I stop the spad from ending our run? I don't think we're gonna make it. We're gonna stop in time, and I've been braking for over a mile and a half, and we're so close. Now we're gonna sail right past it. No, I'm not. I don't want to do this again. Where's the thing for spadding not stopping your run? I wish I knew where it was. It wouldn't have anything to do with the dispatcher, would it? No, seemingly not. Objectives. See, I could just complete the current objective and kind of cheat it, kind of not. I really don't want to just... I don't want to shithouse it, man. I don't want to shithouse it. Okay, here we go. Signals. I I don't think it would be any of these. But I don't... Gameplay? No. I don't see where else it would be. Nah, we're not stopping in time. But, believe it or not, somehow, out of the generosity of Dovetail, they still allowed us to complete the objective. Crazy. Crazy how that I don't know if it registered as a I don't know if it registered as completing it, or if the SPAD kind of fucked it up. And it's funny that you can take the hose, but you can't put the hose on the Metrolink train, but you can put it in the Class 66. Are you sure you took off what? Even if you take off the fuel cap, because sometimes you need to take off the fuel cap first, and then stick the hose in. Oh my god, it didn't class it. It didn't complete it. I actually would love to know how to avoid SPAD. Let's do the other one. If anyone wants to see anything different, please let me know. You're welcome to request absolutely anything you want. We've got every single DLC, I believe, I hope. So the only instance you might have of not seeing anything you want is due to that weird bug. Welcome aboard 6 Alpha 32, currently sat at Reading. Having departed Theo on time, you must now join the traffic along the Thames Valley as far as Acton, and then on the north... and then onto the North London line. There we go. All right. I'm really glad that the safety systems are on by default. All right, I really hope we've got somewhat of a clear run, because we have got a hell of a formation here. Well, the formation's all right, it's just long. And these tankers are super heavy. We've got... I mean, to be fair, it's only 790 tons. That's just under half of our previous one. Our brakes should be also already on cut in, and they are. We'll have to see it. All right, so my bet is that it's this 166 that's holding us up a little bit. Allegedly not. Oh, I think it's 160. There is another one to our right that's just been given the green. So we feel there's a decent amount going on here. We've got 166 that's just come in, a 166 that's just left. We've got a 43 coming in, and we should have a 166 departing beside us. That's gonna be like a decent timetable. Yeah, I'm really yeah, same Hyasma. I actually don't remember it being this busy, to be very honest with you. I wonder if it's just the Reading end, because there are a lot of branches that go off. So I wonder how busy it will be consistently, if that makes sense, and not just here at Reading. Would also love another livery. The train consists of 26 tanks weighing a total of 821 tons. You'll be traveling on the up relief line all the way. You are clear to depart. Thank you very much. I probably should have released the brakes beforehand. I saw Maidenhead up in the corner and ah, wow, this is great. Thank God I'm not in charge of a rail train, eh? I could not imagine that going too well. So we are now going to need to watch out for wheel slip as well as our braking. I still can't believe we were like full braking for 1.5 miles on both just normal loco brakes and the direct brakes. But I do like this. It does feel a little bit more like, I guess, even with the other wagons, it's realistic. But when you feel the weight, when you feel that you're hauling something substantial, it just adds a little bit more immersion. I think that's why the US freight routes are quite dear to a lot of people, because of the pure challenge that the weight and length of those trains provides. All right, Asma, no worries, man. No worries. We just started. We're still here for another couple hours, so you never know. You might make it back before we finish. But that's all good, man. If you do truly don't return, then hopefully see you tomorrow. In any way, you take care of yourself, mate, and keep yourself safe, man. That building there reminds me of Earl's Court a little bit. Or the view I had of it anyway. I think we'll take it a bit easy on the throttle until we see a couple, until we go past a couple solid greens, and then I'll take it up to notch 8. If we haven't yet got to 60 miles per hour. If I don't get any requests as well, by the time we're done here, I'll make my way back to my Spessartbahn and continue with the journey mode there. I also would love a, I don't know, I also would love a chance to utilize the announcements. You know what, I wish the guys behind the announcements that are available in Train Sim Community, I wish they'd make sort of an equivalent for freight trains, where instead of like station announcements, it's like radio, just radio chatter. Just something ambient. Just to help with the general immersion. I do wonder how they've been able to capture the announcements though. I think some of them are probably AI generated, I feel like. But like the London Underground one, for example, seems to have just been taken out of an actual train, which I find pretty cool. Although it means they're a little bit muffled, but then that just could be down to not using professional equipment, which you know, would make sense. And ultimately, personally, I don't really have an issue with, because I won't say poor quality, I'll say low quality announcements are better than no announcements. if those announcements haven't come from the studio that developed the route. So for example, if we get that grade of announcement from Dovetail or River or Skyhook, then yeah, that'll be very questionable. As long as it's coming from, you know, somebody's passion, then I don't have too much of an issue with it, to be honest. Right, not trying to take any chances whatsoever here. I think we'll let her coast for a bit. We're only on a 0.1% gradient, so that shouldn't really affect us. I'll let it coast for a bit until we have no yellows in sight, and we'll then continue. In the meantime, I'm pretty fan of the environment, actually. I know there's a bit of rain, but I guess we're in London after all. We wouldn't be on the extras with it. No. If anything, I might just have to ask over in the forums. I do wonder how capable God mode actually is, because I feel like using it as just using it in a very basic way that I use it in, I feel like I've only unlocked about 0.1% of its potential. I know you could use it to spawn anything you wanted, basically, way before free roam was a thing. And I guess in a way it basically has its own inbuilt formation designer, technically. Not to say it's entirely bug-free, of course. But that door was open. Also, I feel like I need to visit the PC editor threads a little more, because the things that that were mentioned in the projects that were mentioned in the live article took me by surprise. Um, one of the German routes, I think, is currently 230 kilometers, or that's the aim, I think I read yesterday. And it's like, hold on a second, people are actually doing quite a bit. It's nice to see, but I'm not quite sure in terms of releasing things into the public, how exactly it works. Are these people who jump in front of the train in the game? It's a simulator, right? They were at one point, but not intentionally. All six. There definitely were people on the tracks, just not intentionally. So there was that. I've lost my train of thought now. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, people's projects. So yeah, I'm not sure how the packing works, because not the packing, sorry, the cooking, which is sort of how you'd get your projects to the public. Because I've been seeing, like, people have made changes to couplers on certain trains. People have messed around with timetables. So there's certain things that are being birthed, I guess, by the editor. But I think it's a little bit of a mess in terms of what exactly is possible and what isn't. And I do find it a little bit annoying that there doesn't really seem to be any urgency, really, from Dovetail with regards to the editor. I think their comment was that there's nothing on the horizon right now. There's no news, basically. Which is a little bit disappointment, but Jesus Christ, which is a little bit disappointing, because that was a USP of TSW4, right? Alongside being something that we've waited for literal years. So it's a little bit annoying to hear that there doesn't seem to be too much going on that front. Maybe TSW5? Perhaps. Not the most far-fetched thing in the world. I mean, at the end of the day, we're in March. We're in March. So realistically, you've got what? April, May, June, July. August is usually when the next iterate, when TSW whatever would be announced. I think it happened with 4, it happened with 3. I believe they were announced in August. So we've got 4 or 5 months until then. We've had 6 or so months since the release of the game, and we've only made so much progress with regards to suspension improvements, formation editor. Like, suspension improvements is still basically in testing, more or less. The formation editor is in beta. The PC editor, you can't cook, literally. So how much can be done? How much can be done in the next 4 or 5 months? I think not much, especially if Train Sim World 5 is going to be a thing and would come out this year. There's going to be a lot of assets put towards that, a lot of manpower put towards that. So then I just don't see how we can have all of these things by August in their full form. I am not taking any chances with these signals, man. Fortunately, we do have a train that weighs about half what we had before. So, am I right in saying technically we should be able to stop twice as fast? I probably should know the answer to that, considering I'm studying engineering. I think that would be what the maths would work out to. Am I seeing right? Am I seeing with dynamic weather, we've had the rain cease? Maybe it's just, no. It's because it's a scenario. I've realized it happens in scenarios quite a bit where the rain would stop. But I'm yet to see it stop with dynamic weather enabled for a regular, like just a regular timetable run. I'm hoping we don't get that silly thing of a certain signal being at danger in front of us until we finish this current instruction. Are the distances realistic in this game? They are indeed realistic, ball sticks. Realistic in the terms of every route is a one-to-one, is that one-to-one scale with real life. Hello, Connor. Welcome to the stream once again, my friend. But for example, ball stick, so the distance, okay. So this distance right now, the 700 yards, 600 whatever yards, that is not, that's only as precise as the crow flies, if you know that saying. So that isn't accurate, but the map is accurate to real life. I'm very well, thank you, Connor. I'm doing very well. How are you? Actually, no, I'm not very well. I'm ill. I forgot. I'm ill. But other than that, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? I'm happy to hear that, man. That's good. If health is wealth, I am broke right now. Bring it in nice and steady. I believe I should have had an alarm there, but it's all good. You do train announcements. You do train announcements as in you do train announcements IRL, or you do train announcements in game, or you create the train announcements that we have in game. There's a lot of meanings that come from that. I do have, as far as I know, all the train announcements in this that are available in train sim community, but I don't think this route comes with any. Or do they? It wouldn't matter anyway because we're currently running freight. But if they're available, London King's Cross, that's sick, man. I was gonna get a job at not as cool as doing announcements, but I was going to get a job at Vauxhall Station with Southwestern Rail. I went all the way to Southampton to do an interview. Not an interview, to do their tests. They have like a series of tests. Never heard back. That was a year and a half ago now, I think. Or so, a year ago, it feels like. Had a good day. It was a good day out though, other than the rain. But yeah, man, King's Cross is a big station. That's a big station to do anything at, to be honest. So good for you, man. Honestly, good for you. That's really cool. The thing is, with a lot of railway companies, as soon as you get your foot through the door, regardless of what position, so much opens up to you. So much. Like with the underground now, there are so many internal positions that will never be publicly advertised. And it's just a matter of getting your foot through the door and getting into any position. Like, usually it'll be a customer service assistant position. And once you're in, yeah, man, you got a plethora of doors, a plethora of opportunities, plethora of vacancies that just completely open up to you. Oh, that's even cool. So you can replicate it. Well, I want to say replicate it in game because we don't have the route go as far as King's Cross, unfortunately. But I guess if Dovetail ever needed someone to do their announcements, should they make the wise decision, should I'll be confident to say, to extend the route to King's Cross, or even just make another part of the ECMO that goes down to King's Cross, you'll be there. Jesus Christ, man. I actually would love to take a ride on an Azuma. I would just need an excuse. There are actually a few trains I want to take a ride on. The 801 is one of them. The 395 is one of them. I've been wanting to go on the 395 since Southeastern High Speed was released. I also want to go on a Steam Rail Tour, which I never have been on. And also just any sort of BR Rail Tour as well. The 397, let me have a look. It's not a local I know by heart. No, the 397 does not look familiar to me at all. I can't say I've ever even seen it, let alone been in it. Where did it operate? I saw Transpennine on Wikipedia, on a brief Wikipedia description. Mate, I'm all the way down in London. I'm all the way down in London, so I have no business traveling on any train up north. Not now anyway. To be fair, I do have a family member in Newcastle, so I could use that as an excuse. But then it might just be cheaper to drive. I might just end up regretting it and wishing I would have drove there instead. And I haven't even looked at the prices yet. Where did that light just come from? And it happened at the same time I turned the light on in my room as well, so that was very, very weird. Yeah, we're on the, we're driving towards Paddington. But we're not gonna go all the way into it, of course. Started off in Reading. I did try a passenger service earlier. But I currently have a bug with some trains where the windscreen, it's just very blurry and you can't see through it. So I need to try and figure out what's been causing that. Yeah, currently in the 66. Just the old school EWS 66. This is more what we are used to with dynamic weather. A thunderstorm out of nowhere. And literally out of nowhere. And that's why I don't use it when I do my runs or when I record something, because you have a thunderstorm appear out of blue skies 99.5% of the time. I see all train Great Western Railway goes to London Paddington. Yeah, I think that's the sort of the main station that the GWR utilizes. No more HSTs, unfortunately. Now it's the boring IETs, and apparently horrendous to sit in. I can't speak out of experience, but that's a common piece of feedback that I've heard. 165. Is that what's currently used now? Because we've got the 166 in game, but I know I don't think they're in use anymore. Yeah. 40 miles an hour over the points as we switch track, and now we're on the line that we're sharing this line with the HST. Don't think we'll be getting up to 125, but we can try. Not with all these yellows though, that's for sure. What if it's these passengers? Because I've got a mod where the new passengers are, it puts the new passengers on old routes. So like passengers of umbrellas and the hats and the bags and the suitcases. It brings them onto these old routes. What if that's somehow caused the trains to be bugged? I can only hope that someone's encountered it before I did and also resolved it and also publicized it. There's a lot to ask for there. Go to Chelsea. I don't know if that's a destination we can go to. Quite now, unfortunately. I don't think we're able to go there in the class 801 also. Unless it's one of the stations that we fly right past. But I can't say that that name rings a bell, to be entirely honest. Although if you just want to see the 801, we can definitely do that for you. I can add it to the list. That's over there in the top left. All green light. You're talking in codes, Connor. I feel like you're always talking in codes. Not this one. But if you're referring to the ECML, then that's definitely a green light first. For the most part. But as for this one, I think we've gone about... We had about 3 green lights since the beginning of this journey, since we left Reading. And the rest of it has just been yellows dotted with some reds. I don't get this weird light that comes on. Platform 14 for the 757 Great Western Railway service to Chelsea. I assume that's one of your announcements, Connor. Platform 14 for the 1757 Great Western Railway service to Chelsea. So you must know the service timetable at the back of your hand then. Talking of service timetable, I need to check real-time trains more often. So you do the full shebang then. So don't they have the automatic one then? Sure, they have the automatic one there, right? I think they're recently. When was the last like King's Cross? Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I was the last at King's Cross. And funnily enough, I don't remember hearing many announcements. Or maybe it was just background noise. I didn't go there to... I didn't go there as part of a journey, basically. You must hear these announcements in your sleep. I'm so tempted to play a dangerous game with these signals, but I don't. We've already spadded twice today. I'm not going to spad again. Even though they do say third time's a charm. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything charming about failing a service because of a spad. Maybe it's just me though, right? We are going to stop at this one, right? Okay. Hold on a second. Oh. That could have gone wrong. Hey, hello Nabil. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How are you doing? Oh yeah, thank you. I need to get, listen, I don't know how I'm gonna do it here, but I need 1,000 followers on TikTok. I get like thousands of video views a week, and just I'm on what? How many followers am I on? Like 20 something, I think. Like without paying for a promotion for my videos, I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I do, but like unless I go the obvious route and just make trains crash or something like that. But I just don't want to do that because I could do that for YouTube Shorts and get views. YouTube Shorts is even worse. I don't want to talk about that. Um, but it's just so like basic, and the thing is, it works, but it's just I just find it very generic. And the thing is, oh man, I just have enough time to live stream and record and edit long form videos. Like it's there is a bit of work in making short form content and making a lot of it. I don't know if I'm gonna spend my evening indoors today because I'm not feeling too good, or if I'm gonna step out for work. But if I end up, if I do end up staying in, then yeah, I'll definitely take advantage of that time. We've got Connor taking care of our station announcements. But yeah, like I made a just a very generic fast train YouTube short, and it got views. So I guess that if I wanted to chase views, then yeah, I would just do fast trains and crashes, and I probably would get, and I'd get the views from that. But it's just so generic. I don't know. I guess I will just to sort of what's the word? Like get myself out there. There's a word for it. But anyway, basically just to try and bring in, new people to the channel. But it's not like ideal for me personally. Do you read the speedometer in the HUD or the real speedometer? I read the speedometer in the HUD, I'll be honest. Not again. Please change before I get there, please. Are we gonna spad 3 times in one day? Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God. That would have been our 3rd spad today. I was not gonna stop it in front. And you know what? Actually, I think we might have just made that. We might have actually just made that. And I'm gonna have to wait to let the brakes out the tanks now. But we would have made that, surprisingly. No way would we have done it in our previous formation, but hey, at least there's some light at the end of the tunnel. I'd have hated to mess it up now, man. We've gone too far for that. If I'm not mistaken, it's once the 3rd gauge hits the 3 mark. But usually we'd be able to start moving. There we go, just needed some sand. The airflow indicator, which is such a big help. I wish every freight train had an airflow indicator. I'm sure the American locals have them somewhere on the onboard computer. But I would assume it's just something that hasn't been modeled by Dovetail. It has been fairly busy. It's been good to see it. Like, I remember there being a decent number of services on this route. But I don't remember it being, you know, one of the more busy routes. Other than, of course, at either Paddington or Reading. Even Paddington, I don't feel like was had a lot going on. It's when you get ill that you realize how useless ibuprofen is and how useless paracetamol is and any of these medicines. Yeah, the only thing that worked at some point in my life was day and night nurse. The tablets, the capsules. That worked for me like twice, and then just never again. And then just never again. The only thing that works is just not getting ill in the first place. I'm actually surprised we've been able to keep a, you know, quite a decent distance from the service ahead of us. Like, I know we've been getting caught in the yellows and some reds, but usually when you're following a commuter service, especially in Germany, I guess maybe it's because of the way PZB works though, but you would usually spend a lot of time at red signals, even if you try to sort of progress slowly. This route really could do with a TOD4 upgrade though, tell you what. Also, what happened to the requests of I remember there used to be a lot of requests for dynamic activities going around the, like, on the scenery. So for example, instead of static trucks and construction vehicles, I've already been done by TPWS. I've actually been done by TPWS. Do I even remember the what's the method of getting out of it? I don't even remember. It's not override, is it? Override is if you that would be before everything. Is it a minute? You have to wait a minute, I think, or 30 seconds. I think I would press it anyway and just as a shot in the dark. But I think, yeah, it's too late. It's too late to press that. Well, if it was in a SPAD, it's a TPWS trip. It's going to be a while until that indicator goes down to 3. I think it was more 2.5 really, but we'll start applying some throttle at 3. I wonder if you can hear the pressure being released. Oh, you can. All throughout the train. I really do wish that we wouldn't just have trains that are in sidings sitting at idle. I wish they would just be off. Unless, of course, they're due to, you know, get a move on very soon. We've been sanding for the past like 10 minutes. I've only just now turned it off. Also, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the routes that where sanding isn't simulated. I think when I played through Rapid Transit a little while ago, that was another one. Just under 6 miles away from Acton Yard, which would be our final stopping location. And we still haven't got any requests. Guys, you are more than welcome to request anything you'd like to see, as long as it's part of TSW, of course. I have thought about doing this for Chasing Classic, but with what, 12 grand worth of DLC, or is it what got up to like 14 now? I quickly shut down that idea. Well, it wasn't me that shut it down. It was the my bank card that shut down that idea. Really, I was only a passenger of that decision. Goodness gracious me, this is annoying. This is so frustrating. Right. Why is that? Why have you stopped? Should be going still. Also, I don't think freight trains are allowed to go the mainline speed limit. As far as I know, I stand to be corrected, but from what I know, I mean, we'll go for it anyway. But I think from recent experiences, I think I had the 66 top out at like 80. It was 80 something. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's in my most recent high-speed flybys video. Oh, we got 37. I did not expect to see that. Does that layer a standard on GWR now? GWR on Reading to Paddington. What? How did I do that then? How's that happened? Did I do that from inside? I just stuck my hand out. Maybe we overdone it just a touch on the break-in, but listen. I keep saying it and I'll say it again. I'm not spadding 3 times today. Like, we've gone from never having spadded. I don't remember the last time I ever spadded. Whether it be on video or just on my personal time. I do not remember, and I've gone to do it twice in a day, back to back. Hell no. Hell no, I'm not doing it again. I tend to have very good, like, I don't know, I just tend to get along with, like, trains very well. I don't really struggle. Steam is my biggest challenge, and I got over that pretty quickly. US freight, I've never had I've never experienced any difficulties with US freight. Going down Sherman Hill at the line speed, not a problem. I know a lot of people say sort of don't exceed 30 miles an hour, I think, when you're going down the gradient. Was it 50 or 60? I think it was 60. I was doing 60 just fine. Got to the end, stopped on time. Yeah. I remember having a runaway train once for like 5 minutes before I was able to reel it back in. Bless me. So this should be a district line service, but unfortunately we don't have. I guess it would have been the D stock, isn't it? When was this route set? I think when this route was set, we still had both. Obviously the S stock had come in by then, but I don't think the D stocks had been completely phased out. I stand to be corrected. The D stocks were a very, very beautiful train. The smell was the thing I remember the most. The smell was just, it had a gorgeous smell to it, and the sounds. I don't know. I realized lately, I was riding my bike yesterday, and it's beginning to get very clunky because I don't really treat it well. Also, even my fault. The roads in London are horrendous. Also, side note, we're paying road tax, right? If you drive, you pay road tax. There are several potholes on a main road not far from where I live that's broken down to the cobblestone. I kid you not. Forget just a pothole where you just see some previous layers of tarmac. No, this is cobblestone. So what are we looking at? It's just beyond decades now. Surely this is a centuries old road that is visible. But yeah, so that's the thing. So much for taxpayers' money and all that jazz. But yeah, my bike has become very clunky, basically, and it's just like it's all rattling and squeaking. And I realized I actually really like that. And then I started to understand at that moment why the people that like you know, like the BR trains we've got from the 70s and 80s, why they like them the way they do. Because it's literally that clunkiness and that the loudness and the harshness and the bassiness sometimes of those diesel engines. And it's like that's basically like me with a D-stock. Absolutely love the clunkiness of it. Good progress, driver. This is a booked stop to await time for a path along the North London line. Thank you very much, good sir. Right. Since there has been no requests, ladies and gentlemen, I will take my behind to Mindspace Barn and continue running my journey. The funny thing is, the two times recently that my streams went request a route or request a local or request anything, I got multiple requests throughout both of those streams. And I tended to them anyway, even though those streams had a bit more of a purpose for them. I just found it so interesting. And now that I've been back on request streams, can I do? Hit me up, Nabil. Can I do what? Whatever you're about to ask, I can do it. So just hit me up. But yeah, now that I'm back on request streams, barely any requests. I've had one today. And that was the very, very, very beginning of the stream. Midland Mainline. That's a good shout. Let's go and do that indeed. Are you looking for any particular services on that or just anything? Okay. I might low-key just work my way through the journey then. If there's no specified direction we should take this. I'll skip through the introduction and we'll go straight to... Should we do this? Should we do the... We've got a scenario here. Easy trip. Clear signals all the way. Passengers hope so. So this is with the 158. Which is actually very fast. I don't remember what speed we hit. You're gonna have to check that video out. But it actually surprised me. I think it was one of the quicker... I think was it the third quickest train? We've got a subway out here. Love my subway. Welcome to Leicester Station. Your assigned train is waiting on platform 4. Head over, complete boarding, and you'll be ready to go. What platform are we on? Platform 2. I remember that ad. I also remember that ad. All right, let's get a little jog on. Love all the enhancements that have done. Goodness me, I can't speak today. I love all the enhancements that have been done on this on this route. Where's the where do you want me to sit? Oh. Is it blasphemy if I say it looks like an overground train from this angle? I feel like that's treading dangerous ground there. Well, it looks like an overground, like okay, ignoring, okay, from this angle, right, ignoring the blue here and that bit of red over there, it just looks like a 378. Again, I'm sure that's very blasphemous. Doors should be, why are the doors not open? We'll turn DRA off. We'll turn this on. Where are we at for safety systems? Coach lighting on. Everything seems to be closed there. Set our lights to day headlight. Have my doors... Why is... My doors were still open. I don't know why the objective is still telling us to... Hello? Alright, I think we've set everything up correctly. Also this over here. Press speed up, I'm not going to touch that. Yes, sounds good to me. I think we're good to go. Was that me? Did I have a slow moment back there? Or was that just TSW being TSW? How's the route? I don't know. I've never driven it. I might get in the next. So I'm going to find out as you are, Nabil. I've never driven this route. Because I missed out on release day, I never did the scenario. Usually when a route will come out, when it's still fresh, I'll record the like all the scenarios and upload them to YouTube. But because I came pretty late onto this route, I only bought it because it has layers for. Whoops. I only bought it because of the layers for East Coast Mainline. Listen, I got layers out of it, right? So listen, I don't think you know how many routes I have that I've never played. Thing is, I can't do these sort of streams without having the routes. And also, for a long time, I wasn't buying anything. So, you know. But my intention is to eventually go through like everything. That's why I was gonna go to Mine Spec Barn. Because what I do is I like to play through. So I like a bit of structure to like my games that I play, and journey mode is the closest to like a career sort of mode that we get with Train Sim Worlds. So what I like to do is with every route, I like to play through the journey modes, and then move on to the next route, play the journey mode, so on and so forth. So I'm playing them in order from release. So I've made it to Mine Spec Barn. So when I finish all the journey mode for that, I'll move on to the next route that was released. The only one I'm gonna skip is Clinchfield, because as much as it's one of the best like rated routes on the game, I can't do the whole back and forth between cabins to control, to make up for no banking comms, basically. I think I played through half of it, and then back in TSW 3, and then I lost the progress. The same way I lost all my progress for the release routes for Train Sim Mod 3. I think any progress, all the progress I made on Train Sim Mod 3 I lost. It was during the transition period from TSW 3 to TSW 4. no idea what happened. But yeah, everything just went. Because I had a save file. Basically, before Train Sim World 4 even came out, I uninstalled Train Sim World 3 because I got sick of it. I didn't like it. Or maybe I just needed a break, I think. So I uninstalled it completely. So everything before then had been saved. My progress, the routes that I did before that point of uninstalling the game. So it's only the progress around that time that I uninstalled that I lost. So yeah, I think that was what kind of saved me a little bit. Also, I've got over 700 hours across Train Sim World 2, 3 and 4. I've got 700 hours. So that's also something to take into consideration. I calculated it a couple days ago and I was like, okay, that's a lot. You know how some games have a thing where you can download progress? So you can download somebody else's save file and then I'm gonna sneeze, and then install it into your game. Man, I spent hours searching for something like that because I was like, I cannot lose. Do you know how many tens of hours went into Castle Wurzburg, Cajon Pass, and bless me, Southeastern High Speed? A lot, and just to lose all of that like that was painful, man. I got 310 hours, I guess, or yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. I had 300 hours in no, I didn't even make it to 300 hours in TSW 3. I think I had 500. No, hold on. How many did I have in TSW 2? I need to check. Let me check now, actually. Also, do I have announcements for... I don't think there are announcements, are there, for this line? We're on... Jesus Christ, middle of the main line. No announcements, unfortunately. Let me check my Steam stats. So in Train Sim World 2, I got 501 hours, or 502 hours. Train Sim World 3, 207. And in Train Sim World 4, I'm currently on 236. So that's actually over 1,000, I think. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on. 500, 700. Yeah, I'm on 1,000 hours. I am on 1,000 hours. Holy shit. That's like worse than I thought. They're not in-game announcements. I have on the Train Sim community website, a couple people have uploaded multiple different route announcements, and then you need a particular program that you need to buy from Steam to play those announcements, but they are worth it. I think some of them are real, and I think some of them are AI generated. When I say AI, I mean AI voice, like voiceover. but they're very, very immersive. I was using them on Minds Best Bahn not yesterday, Saturday. And yeah, very, very, very cool experience. No, I've only got the headlights on and then tail lights on at the back. Why that one is red in particular, I actually don't know. But we've got our lights set up correctly. I've got 1,000 hours in the game, Nabil. Not my first rodeo. I mean, even saying that, when I was recording my, I think my recent edition for the high-speed flybys, I had a couple trains, a couple instances where I had a tail lights on, and I didn't realize until the train came back around. And for the slower trains, they take a good few minutes to go around the whole loop in the training center. Yeah, it is my main game. It is my main game. More so by kind of popularity, I guess. Like, I was playing it by myself, but by myself without streaming and content, like making content, I'd play maybe 1 hour, 2 hours of Train Sim World, and then that would be it. I do know OMSI. I have OMSI. OMSI is a classic. OMSI is a classic. I still love it to this day. I installed it recently again, and then I uninstalled it because I realized that I don't play it. Like, there's no time to play it, so it's just taking up hard drive space. But to this day, it's the best bus simulator, hands down. Like, I have the bus content on my channel, so I've played it. I've played it quite a lot, and it's not a bad game in my opinion. But it's got nothing on OMSI, man. It's got nothing on OMSI. Why are we so far behind schedule, by the way? No wonder we're not seeing any... Well, we have got yellow in a bit, but... I think the whole point of this scenario is to have some abnormal signals. Thank you to everyone who's withstood my my sniffles and my sneezes and my everything that we're dealing with today. You're all very welcome to the stream. That's really, Nabil? You've never ever mentioned OMSI. That is such a surprise to me. What DLCs do you play on? Play with? I don't know. I'm sure you know what I mean. My favorite one was the Berlin route, the X10, with the man, the double-decker man. I love that one. Why has this fella come right up to my window? What can I do for you, my friends? What can I do for you? The only thing with OMSI, I feel like it's got a similar, not downfall necessarily, it's got similar cons to TraceSim Classic. I know TraceSim Classic is now on a new trajectory, but in terms of just being built for old hardware, not really being well optimized. Like, I remember playing the Chicago DLC, And once you get into the main city, man, the performance is atrocious, regardless of what type of PC you have. And to even have the game use just 4 gigabytes of RAM, because it doesn't use 4 gigabytes of RAM by default, you have to install a mod. But I think if not for the developers falling out, unfortunately, I feel like they would have done a lot more with the game. OMSI is still the best bus simulator, while the bus has good graphics and performance. Good performance is debatable in the bill. A good performance is very debatable. It depends who you ask. It depends who you ask. Check like the Steam reviews and the forums. There are a lot of complaints when it comes to performance. OMSI's realistic physics and sound make it unbeatable. I enjoy the routes from Germany and the UK, and I've got almost all the DLC. Woohoo! You have spent a lot. You have spent a lot there. Better performance, yeah, no, fair enough, yeah, better performance for sure. Yeah, for me, what does it for me, like you said, the sounds and physics. Are they still as good on the new routes? Because obviously we've got a lot of now, it's not the same bunch of people that we had when the game first came out, obviously. So are the sounds and the physics still as good as they were in the beginning? That was what won me, like what took my heart, what won my heart for me. It was the sounds and the physics. To be honest, both of them complemented each other very, very, very well in OMSI. Why am I so far behind schedule, he asks, as he crawls into a station at 15 miles per hour. I actually didn't even notice I was still on braking. Well. That bin being knocked down is the most simulated UK thing I've seen, other than the trains. I do love the audio. I haven't been in a 158 to be specific, but I've been in similar diesel units. And although there's a weird sound on the high end, I think for the most part, like 80% accurate, I'd say. But straight into notch 7. Give it a beans. Hello, Black. Goodness me, I can't read. Black Nutter. Welcome to the stream. I'm assuming it's NOTR and it stands for something. I'll just read it how I see it. And hopefully it doesn't land me into any trouble. What a realistic bridge. I know it's just a bridge and it looks very basic, but it's something about it. That was a very realistic bridge. I don't know why. Maybe it was the hazard tape on it, but it looked, I don't know, it looks basic, but it's also, it's similar to the on the Blackpool route. You've got like the electric, the big electric poles, but in the distance, which is something you wouldn't really think about. But for me, when I saw those, something about the immersion just went up to like another level. Blasted Legends, hello, welcome to the stream. Did my message not come in? Which message, Nabil? Oh, sorry, it did. Lately, Chris Lee, the developer behind the Man Stat Boss family and many others, released another DLC. He's created a very, very good Man Buster, and there have been a few other busters released as well, which demonstrate outstanding quality. When did that pack come out? That might have been my last DLC purchase. Was that about 2 years ago, Nabil? Stat Bus fam. Whenever the Stat Bus family DLC came out with a few buses, that was the last DLC I bought. The French bus DLCs are rather mediocre. I think it's pretty good. There's only one that I have. What is it called? I don't remember the name of it. But it utilizes like a bus from the 90s, I think. It's a modern route, but the bus that runs from it is from the 90s, I think. And it's white and it's got like a blue. It's white and blue, basically. I like that one. I'm French, please help. I am so sorry, Black. But as much as I should know some French because of my Moroccan roots, unfortunately I've let down my people and I don't know much French. Am I the only one here? I think on YouTube, yes. But you have I've got 8 other people on Twitch, and I've got Restream bot to connect you all. So don't worry, Blasted Legends, you're not alone. Also, sometimes the numbers on YouTube aren't. The numbers on YouTube are off sometimes. I don't know why or how, because it's not consistent. But sometimes the numbers are off. So you could say one person, but there could be multiple. Oh, the Man Stat Bus family is a bit older. I only mentioned it because it comes from the same developer who released a new bus in January. Okay, well, if it came from the same developer, then I would expect, I would expect the quality to be there, because I thought those buses were pretty good. GW, good choice. We're on the Midland Main Line. You missed the GWE line by about half an hour or so, I'd like to say. I was on that for like an hour and a half. Locomotive guy, so yeah, sorry. You might have to watch the replay. You might have to watch the VOD, although we had some difficulty with the Class 43, which is very annoying because that's a train actually pretty... It's a train I like, pretty much. It's a train I like. You know, I can't think today for the life of me. I can't think. Can barely speak. I'm hanging on by a thread, lads. But yeah, Locomotive guy, welcome back to the stream, man. Nice to see you again. What does the outside look like? Because maybe I know what train it is. This is what the outside looks like, my friends. You might have a clue to what train it is just below the windscreen. I like the mainland. Skyhook has done a fantastic job. Yeah, we eventually got what we were promised. It's good to see. They eventually done a very good job, and the enhancement pack that followed Skyhook's work also did a very good job. So overall, we've got one of the best routes in the game, I think. Oh, the one I've never seen a train in my life. Now you have. You know what? Hold on. Let me just hold on. I love this. And I know they're static which is a separate complaint. But I'm sure a lot of you guys know this if you've worked on the railway or if you're just around the railway. But when you're working on the railway, on a live railway, you're meant to raise your hand when the trains come in to let the driver know that you've seen him, and the driver also confirms that he's seen you with the horn. And in the game, we have a few like workers near the line, but none of them are doing what they should be doing, basically. Would be nice if it was dynamic, if they were moving, and then as you approach them, they would raise their hands. But I guess you got to start somewhere. They aren't that common down here on the Devon and Cornwall Jibbo area. Yeah, this is more, well, Midlands. It's pretty much in the name, really. Yeah, I know, Nabil. I know. Let's not even talk about it, boy. Connor, we did do the Great Western Express. Excuse me. However, unfortunately, the Class 43 is bugged for me. I'm sure it's down to a mod. I don't think it's a dovetail. I don't think it's a dovetail thing. I think it's a me thing. I don't even know how I'm going to begin going through my mods to find out what the culprit is. But basically, anything that's glass, so all the windows, the windscreen, is just like a blur. It's very blurry, basically, and you can't see through it. So we couldn't drive the Class 43. I don't know about the Class 166. So if you guys want to see the Great Western Railway again, we would have to go with the 166 and hope that all is well over there. Oh, your name is Devon. Would you look at that? You share a name of a great town. I know South Western Railway and TSW have a fair amount. Yeah, I think I saw a few when I was down in Southampton. I did see a few. Cause I remember they stood out for me. It's very boring being into trains and living in London. I mean, I'm not like a train nerd. I'm not like super crazy about, you know, trains and whatnot, but they are an interest of mine, and I do like take notice and can appreciate when I'm around trains. And yeah, London, my whole life, man, London has been so boring in terms of what you see. Like, it was fun for me, you know, being in Euston, for example, and just seeing like a Virgin train, for example, or you know, seeing an Azuma, for example. That was exciting. Seeing a 395 at King's Cross was exciting. I used to work in the area, and I used to always see them cross the bridge right outside of St. Pancras, and like that little snippet would excite me. I'm gonna go, but if I can't find a stream better than this, I'll come back. Thank you, Devon. I don't know how to take that, but thank you. You take care of yourself if you do find a better stream. Devon is a county. What did I call it, locomotive guy? Did I call it a town? I pray I didn't call it a town. I've just been saying whatever comes to my head for the past 2 hours, mate, honestly. Like, today is not a great day for my brain. I called it a town. That's great. Of course I did. That's great. Well, thank you for correcting me. It's a county. Or maybe that's just me being a scummy Londoner and not knowing what a town is or what a county is or what a village is. All I know is concrete and suburbia. I absolutely love when I have to drive somewhere outside of London and then I just see fields and country roads. I love driving through country roads. Those are my favorite it's like very simple, but yeah, it's better than bricks and concrete at every corner. Why don't we do Northern Transpanner? We can do that. We've still got 35 minutes of the stream. I'm sure we should have we should have time. We've been going through this pretty quickly. Gatwick or Heathrow? What as in what airport? What airport I prefer? I don't know. You know, I've used Gatwick more in recent times, but Heathrow is just a classic, really, isn't it? And Heathrow's in West London, and I was born and raised in West London, so I kind of have to, you know, the bias has to be towards that. I think Heathrow, man, just because of its stature. Could be a silly reason, but hey ho. How have we ended up sailing past? How have we ended up just doing that? I know this isn't allowed, but we've got special permission from dispatch, the dispatcher. No? What should I do for 100 subscriber special vids? Locomotive guy, the fact that I haven't got anything for 1,000 subscribers should give you a clue that I'm not the person for those type of videos. I actually tried to think, what should I do for 1,000 subscribers? And I just didn't. I don't know. Like, I don't want to just do a basic giveaway. I guess I could, but it's very 2006. So I don't want to do a giveaway. So then maybe it's like, oh, should I do like a 12-hour stream or a 24-hour stream? But then I also don't have enough of a following, like enough of an active following to support that. So it's a very awkward space. So I don't know, but I guess for 100 subs, maybe you could do a giveaway, I guess. Because that's what I did for my 100 subs. Just a heads up though, nobody responded to that video. I never got to give away, what was it? I think it was City Car Driving at the time. Nobody entered the giveaway. So I couldn't do it. So yeah, since then it hasn't filled me with much hope for like my next milestones. So I don't know what to tell you, mate, honestly. Sorry if you had like some high expectation for an answer, but I don't know what to tell you, lad. It's be creative. It's got to be something to do with your content. So depending on what your content is, it has to be tied to that. Don't make it anything that won't that won't connect with your following, with your subscribers. That your subscribers subscribed because they've liked your specific content. So make it based off that in a way that will benefit them more than it will benefit you. Because at the end of the day, not only are you celebrating your own achievement, but you're celebrating them as well. Because without those 100 people, you wouldn't have reached that milestone. And it may not seem like much, but everything that we see has a foundation. Everything started off as at a base level once upon a time, and those people are as important to your growing as the next 100 will be, as the next 200 will be. So I think do something that would appreciate them and also celebrate them as well as yourself and your achievement. That sounded very I sound like Socrates then. So what's Nightbot doing? Nightbot is just deleting someone's messages. Oh my god, we're still in reverse. Why are these guys? Look, these guys, they're sick of me. Like, how can this twat slap it in reverse and continue moving? They don't even want to look at me. This is a live reaction of like train fans at what just happened. Or they're just rail fanning the HSC, but I highly doubt it. Also, forgot to do that. Sorry, I've gone way back into the chat. Gatwick or Heathrow. London Underground interviews with subscribers. Or oh, you gave me options and I just ignored them. Hold on a second. I'm about to go over a 15 mile an hour limit at double the speed limit. London Underground interviews with subscribers or shipped to Eastleigh. Eastleigh. I don't think interviews with subscribers. I think off the bat, scratch that one off. I would say a trip. A trip, because it's still your content, but it's something bigger than that's me. It's something bigger than what you normally do. That's me. Oh, it was Devon. Devon triggered the bot, made it very upset. Yeah, I know, right? I say I know, right, and I'm continuing to look away from ahead of me. I do try and see the speed limits ahead of time for using the HUD. Locomotive guy, you could also like live stream on your trip. You could do like a live stream so that your so that your subscribers feel like they're there with you, like they've gone on the trip with you. I feel like if you can, obviously within the realms of possibility. Oh. What time is it? 4. Taking another set of ibuprofen. Tesco value ibuprofen. That's how we roll around here. And I wonder why I'm still ill. Yeah, I really feel like it would. People love seeing live stream of real life content. Like I said, you make your viewers feel like they're there with you. I want to do that while I work, because I work like outside, just cycling around. So it's also something I want to do. But yeah, maybe somebody gives me a GoPro Hero 10, I might consider it. I'm on PC, locomotive guy. So right now in the bill, because I'm in university for full time, my time's limited, but also I've so officially I work at the London Underground. And I say officially in quotes because I've signed the documents, I've signed everything, but I'm waiting for training to start. So I'm in a weird ground where I'm waiting. I have a job secured, but I'm waiting for training to start. But I'm also in full-time education, so I can't really do another proper job. So right now I'm just doing Deliveroo and Uber Eats on my bicycle in the evenings, dropping off food around East London. Shit pay, I'll say it straight. The pay is absolutely shit, but it's better than nothing because I'm not getting income from anything else right now, so it's literally better than nothing. Thank you, Connor. We made it just in time, thanks to emergency break, but we'll ignore that. I would do gaming videos TSW too, but I haven't figured out how to record them on Xbox One S. It's definitely possible, I believe. So it's just a matter of maybe asking YouTube, just putting it on. and seeing what tutorials or guides you can find. If I had one, you can if I had the Xbox, I would be able to do a tutorial. Tutorials are my most popular videos. I got 300,000 plus on one and almost 200,000 views on another. I don't know, Nabil. It depends, man. I wouldn't mind. I think I would like to do that for a while. Yeah. I think I'd like to give it a go. I used to work at Battersea Power Station, which is the Northern Line. And so I've spoken to a lot of the drivers. I've been inside the cab a lot of times as well. And yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it, man. You know the Northern Line, because it's automatically operated, all the guys do, when I say guys, I'm talking men and women, I say all the drivers, all they do is control the doors. I kid you not, that is all they do. The train drives itself, it stops by itself, goes by itself. All they do is open and close the doors. And they get paid very handsomely for it. So I wouldn't mind giving it a go, man, and just feeling like you're driving, because you're not really driving, but just feeling like it. But I think there's a certain period of time where you have to drive a train manually just to make sure that you still got it, and then you can continue doing your automatic stuff. I bought the game this morning, looking for live to get some tips. Jesus, any question you have, mate, if I'm able to, if it fits within the realms of my wisdom, I'll be able to help you, mate. So if you have any questions or even anything you want to see, please ask, and I'll help you any way I can. Welcome to the world of Train Sim, Waldo. You try Northern, the Glossop line. I could, but I've already got a request. I don't think we'll be able to do both that request and Glossop. What was the request, guys? Could you remind me? I really need to start writing them down. Like I literally have up there somewhere, top left. I literally have a list, and I just don't. I'll get a request, and I just won't update the list. So I don't remember what was requested. I don't have a clue. No a clue. Northern Penland, thank you. Once we stop at Beeston, I will update it. Thank you. Any specific loco you want to see on that, or any particular run, or just anything goes? We'll have to do a somewhat short run because we've got 20 minutes. Class 47, yeah, I wouldn't mind the Class 47, you know. I haven't driven that in a while. Done a lot of Class 45. This sax is hitting all the right spots in my brain. Got a little Starbucks ad over there. Starbucks. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. I'm having a mare today. I'm having a mare today. Ah. I have both Twitch and YouTube open, lol. Or are you watching two different streams, Locomotive Guy? I was gonna say I don't know how you're doing it, but I think it depends on the content really. If it's something that you can just watch without needing to hear like what's going on, I think it'll be alright. Otherwise, I don't know how you do it. Otherwise, the desync is unimaginable. Wait, have you got both of my streams open? Because I know there's desync between YouTube and Twitch. Oh, fair enough. I know. I've got both of them open in front of me, so I know. Trust me, I know. And it hurts my eyes every single time I look at it. I don't know why that is. I've got YouTube set to like minimal latency. Same with Twitch, unless they've changed, which something happened not too long ago that could have caused that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure why. Once upon a time, they were synced. They were in sync. Once upon a time. I don't know what happened since one upon a time. Fair enough. So I hope I'm not responding to things too late. It shouldn't be more than like a 30-second delay. Oh, jeez. Okay, cool. Basically, whenever your chat appears on screen is when I see it. So you have like a rough idea. Also, should I get rid of this type of chat and I get the old one back in? Because I was trying to read it as I was watching back through my VOD yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. And I couldn't make out what it was saying because of the quality. But I don't know if that's because I'm on a 4K screen trying to look at 1080p or whether the quality is actually terrible. Hello from Throne. Hello, Hayas Matt. Told you you'd make it back. Welcome back. Let me I'll show you wait. What horrid timing. All right, so I've switched them over. So yeah, so there you go. That's the old one. Thank you, Locomotive Guy, for the advice. Is my over 1,000 hours in this game not enough? Does it not prove that I know something? Am I that slow? I've had 2 different people like give me like the most basic advice, like things that I should know. Playing Chasing Mode for the first time. It's happened twice, so surely it's not you guys. It's got to be me, right? Am I that slow today? It is a slow day, but I didn't know it was that bad. Oh, it's much easier to read. Alright, I'll keep it then. I could even like make it a bit wider if it's a bit too like boxed. I can widen it up. I can widen it out a little bit. To be fair, I've just recently. How long is gonna be the stream? Until 5 o'clock, Hayas Matt. 15 more minutes. To be fair, I've just recently plugged the keyboard into my console. That will make life a lot easier for you playing TSW if you went aware of that already. Also, I forgot to sign this on the whole journey. Wait, confirm deregister? No. I don't want to deregister. So I guess... Huh? Anyway, never mind. Look at these boys. Hard at work, lads. Where are they? They only appear for a brief second. There they are. Some controls on Xbox controller are not coded in. Yeah, Sometimes it's that they're not coded in. Sometimes it's that they just don't work. There have been some strange issues that I've seen on the forum. So it seems like there's always something going on. So I use the keyboard to do alarms, capitulations, and speed up the view. Yeah. So that was something that I saw today, I think, or maybe just today or tomorrow or yesterday. I was gonna say tomorrow or yesterday. I saw someone complain about that since TSW4 there hasn't been a way to speed up the free cam, which is super annoying. Right. After this unloads, we'll be on to North Transpennine with the Class 47, and we'll call it there for the day. It's been a pleasure having everyone along today on this interesting day. On this interesting day for me, but it's also been a pleasure. Wait, I just said it's been a pleasure, right? Don't mind me. Anything I say that's off, don't even bother correcting me. Just pretend it never happened. Just for today, though. Even I've given up on I've given up correcting myself. Thank you, that locomotive guy, for the follow on Twitch. Brings it up to 41 followers on Twitch, apparently. I think it should just be 40 though, but 41 according to that up there. Although it's not updating my YouTube subscribers, and I don't know why, but maybe that's a good thing because it will motivate people, I guess. I don't know. It hasn't climbed by much since, but it would be nice to have it updated. The only way to do it on console is to plug a keyboard in and use shift to speed it up. Yeah, that's super annoying, man. That's like a basic function. You'd think that that's something that would have long been, you know, taken care of by now. But yeah, anyway, instead of waiting unnecessarily for this thing, let's just hurry up and complete this objective. The circuit seems to have held up. Make sure to put the unit in for inspection after this service. But you're not going to let me do that though, are you? Shock. Alright. On to NTP. And the Class 47. What's different from I know this also got a different livery. But other than the sort of a bit of a facelift, is there any other difference from the Blackpool Branches one? To be honest, I only use God mode for FOV and skip objective needed. Yeah, man. Especially when you redo so many red light bugs and stuck objectives. Blackpool Branches one. Let's do that one. It's nice and updated. Dynamic weather off, but we'll add some clouds into the mix. We've got about 10 minutes, so let me just do a short run. I see a 26-minute one here. I believe that's a freight run. I don't think there's anything that fits under 20 minutes. I don't mind doing I mean, we've got an 11 one here. I'll do this one. I'll do a 26-minute one. And we'll call it there. I can't even be bothered to edit this today. I think I'm just gonna do this. Drive this loaded oil train. Yes, sir. Right. Turn that. Put that in forward. Let's leave it on initial application. Where do I change the there's a brake Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go, right? Are these vacuum braked tanks? Oh no, we're getting a move on. It's just a matter of the air releasing. Just being a bit more patient. Just be a bit more patient, right? Trying to keep the needle, the amps below 5,000 amps. See how bright these gauge lights are? That's what I was talking about earlier. Should still be able to see them even in the daylight. Or stuff it, I guess. Push the amps a little bit. Let's give her everything. Within the realms of the speed limit. There's not many sounds like it, Locomotive Guy. I'm gonna do an outside cam as soon as we get past this, past the 15 limit and the tunnel, of course. And then we'll hear that from, we'll hear it roar from the outside. You would enjoy my my high-speed flybys video, the diesel edition, Locomotive Guy. There are a lot of diesels in that video. You made the mistake of buying West Cornwall Local and the West Cornwall Rail Tour. Made the mistake of buying West Cornwall Local, but the Rail Tour was gifted to me, so I'm not too fast, I guess. Maybe it was a mistake taking it, but you know. Bless me. into it's a mistake. I'll never complain if it's free. I was always going about money. Well, yeah. I was sorry for the wallet that had to lose its value for the rail tour. For me, it was like I took half the L, but I didn't take the full L. But you know what? Let me reserve my Let me just shut up because I haven't actually tried. I haven't given it a go yet. Maybe I'd like it. That's a possibility. So I won't even say anything. and maybe I'll get salute for this. I don't know. But because I don't know what the 150 sounds like IRL, nor what the scenery looks like in its entirety. I've seen bits and bobs, but I haven't seen a full thing. West Cornwall doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people, you know. And I think that's a blessing. And I've intentionally stayed away from looking for cab rides of the 150 or just what West Cornwall local looks like in general. Because I know as soon as I do that, I'm gonna start to hate the route as much as everyone else. Yeah, see? So that's one of my worries for the upcoming overground line, because that's my local route. I live near Barking, so it's gonna run right through Barking, and I know what Barking looks like the back of my hand. I've been on that train many times. So far, the interior photos have blown me away. Bless me. But I'm not looking forward to a very quiet and dead Barking. So, and I saw someone on the thread on the forum say that it's not their local line and it looks good. So, how it sounds and the details, they're not really going to worry about that. And I was thinking to myself, I wish I was you, because I can only hope that Dovetail will do it justice. There's not much to do justice to. It's a dead route in terms of activity. So there's not much to do justice to. But obviously you've got the sounds and I don't know, lighting. So look, to kind of get right. There's not really much else. Just wait for the developers to muck up their sounds. Yeah, I mean that's literally it. Like it looks good. The model looks good. So we're only left with the sounds. To be fair, I can't imagine too much work was done towards the modeling of the loco, because if you look at the loco, the talent on the Rapid Transit, you realize it looks very, 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 very similar to the 710, and that's because they're built by the same company. So they could have just grabbed that model and just made what slight touches they needed to. Oh, fantastic. A decent excuse for Dovetail to release a shitty timetable. Yeah, they've tried to do the whole, over 1,000 services. But when you look deeper, there's not really much going on. And the thing is, that's how it is in reality. I'm not saying Dovetail screwed it up. That's just how it is in reality. So when it was first announced, I was like, oh my god, this is sick. Like, this is amazing. But then as time passed, I started to really think about it. I realized that there's not much going on. All right, locomotive guy, thank you, man. Thank you for staying around for a while. You take care of yourself. Stay safe. Hopefully, catch you around another time. This girl's really struggling to get up this 0.7% gradient. I mean, to be fair, we're putting in almost 1,300 tons. So it kind of starts to make sense. We're gonna have to watch our braking then. So we don't end up like we did before. I didn't realize I've been looking so red this whole time. I wonder if we're holding any services back. Nah, it doesn't look like there's anything for a while. I'm so sorry, Hayasko. I don't know when you sent your message, mate, but I've only just seen it. That's sad. I won't be able to watch from PC. How come? I mean, to be honest, if you can only watch the stream from your phone, the quality will be better because your phone screen is smaller, so the pixels are more packed in. And it will look clearer. That's why on a phone screen, even like 720p can look pretty decent. But if you look at 720p on a, you know, a big monitor or a big TV, it would look trashed. Bless me. It doesn't seem like there's anyone ahead of us either, but at the speed that we're going at, Even if there was, they would have been long gone by now. On the positive side, it means that when we have speed limit reductions like the upcoming 45, we don't need to do anything. Just kick back and let the train do its thing. Alright, we should start to pick up pace now that we've reached flat lands. If we're lucky, we might get some downhill gradients to help balance out the struggle we had at the beginning. I don't remember this route in extreme detail, but I don't remember there being too much undulations. I guess we'll see and find out. Oh, brother. The headlight's been off this whole time. Wow. After this run, Nabil, whenever we reach Huddersfield, yeah, 5 PM is the aim. But I do try and tend to as many requests as I can in it, so sometimes it ends up being that we finish a little bit late. I'd rather finish a little bit later for you guys than a little bit earlier. like I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But then I feel like it, and then I feel 10 times worse straight afterwards, so let's see. Regarding OMSI, there is a significantly large selection of mods available, at least for German content, and many mods are almost at payware level. So the game thrives on third-party developers and modders, but as you can see, new content is still coming out. The game has not faded to the past and remains quite popular. But then see, that's the thing with quality. You can't kill it. Quality, passion, all of these things, they won't die. Tell me what FIFA is memorable. What FIFA is memorable? What NBA 2K is memorable? These games are made to last 1 year. You know? Train Sim Classic, that's still going. Why is it still going? For that very same reason that OMSI is still going. That's me. Bless me, oh my god. Yeah, so that's my worry for Train Sim World. Sometimes the question comes up, is it dying? That question comes up a lot, is Train Sim World dying? And I don't think not. I don't think so. But it's going on the trajectory of that. And I don't think at the current rate that Train Sim World will last as long as OMSI has. And it won't last as long as Train Sim Classic has. If, for example, now the editor opens up completely, that will change. Because even something like Train Sim Classic, it's not Dugtail that have kept that game alive, it's third parties. So, the only thing is with OMSI, because obviously the initial developers are sort of out of the game and there's sort of like a level of strictness with third parties that isn't there. You have some, I know there are some DLC which are quite bad in terms of like their quality and performance as well isn't great for OMSI. I still can't believe you have most of the DLC. That's crazy. That's what I would like. If I would start playing that game again, I'd have to get a whole bunch of new DLC, man. But the thing is, bro, how often do we see sales for OMSI DLC? Even during Steam events, I don't see OMSI stuff going for like high price cuts. I don't see high price cuts with the OMSI sales, if any at all. It's one of the best games I've ever played though, in terms of like, forget story and all of that, just in terms of simulation, it's hands down probably top two. Top two. Yeah, see, max 30%. That's not really gonna reel in players. Like Train Sim World will have 70%. For example. Something like that is gonna bring in new players, new opportunities, new everything. But as it stands, OMSI is very much if you know, you know, and if you don't know about it, there's not really a high chance that you'll see it pop up somewhere. OMSI was the first gameplay video I ever did. It was on a different channel that I don't even remember the name of. Actually, no, it might have been one of, but I don't think it was the first. It's not big beginner friendly, but that's only because of how many controls you have at your disposal, which is part of the immersion and the realism. But I've never had an issue with like setting up the game. Obviously the settings themselves are very meticulous sometimes. I've never really struggled from like a noob perspective. But in terms of now, like driving it, yeah, it's definitely not like GTA. But buses are easier to drive than trains anyway. It appeals more to people who want to drive realistically rather than in arcade style. Just hopping into the bus and go like a bus simulator, for example. Yeah, exactly. Like bus simulator is obviously made to cater towards, you know, the person who just wants an arcade experience and wants a bit of fun. Although they've had good things, like for example, I don't know if it's still a thing, but there was a year where one of their yearly updates brought in like drunk passengers or passengers that would just like misbehave one way or another. That's amazing. I couldn't believe that was introduced into like just a game made for fun, basically. I think myself and a lot of other people had high hopes that the bus was going to be the new OMSI. And in that front, it came out as a pretty big disappointment. Since when does the AI use their horn on this route? That was not me. And on the same route where we've got AIs using their horns and, you know, reaching that level of immersion, we've also got coaches and the sidings that have passengers sitting in them. Dovetail Games development in a nutshell. Whoops. and my driving in a nutshell also. Thank God I was on a red signal. And that is that for the evening. For the afternoon, I guess, because we've just started the evening, haven't we? Thank you very much for everyone who's been a part of the stream today. Thank you for dealing with my with this little cold of mine. It's been a pleasure regardless streaming to you guys and having a chat with all of you. I'm Rocky. I'm super bright now. Why does no one tell me about this? Okay. I also had hopes, but rather disappointed, and my suspicion is that there aren't really true enthusiasts in the development team who truly care about the core of a proper physics and sound setup, like the OMSI development team did. It's possible to achieve a level of realism in the Unreal Engine similar to OMSI, but it's not being utilized. I believe there are other priorities at play here. Yes, finances. Finances, and realistically, TML are very, like you look at Fernbus, you look at Tourist Bus Simulator, and the potential is there, and the potential is crazy, and the idea of them is great, but they just never seem to follow through. And they'll release DLC because obviously money is the motivation for them to even stick with those games, but they just don't make use of the potential, man. So it's not even a surprise. You look at the history, and it's the same thing over and over. But yeah, Nabil, if you're around tomorrow, my friend, same time, we will continue the conversation then. Anyone else? Exclamation mark schedule in the in Twitch chat. It should work as well on YouTube. We will next be on tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. GMT with more Train Sim World content. So get your requests ready, and we'll pass by the station tomorrow and pick you guys up. But for now, what did you say, Nabil? I'm gonna show you some pics for upcoming map DLC and DMs. All right, my friends, cool. But yes, for now, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, and hopefully catch you tomorrow once again. Take care and peace.